We always enjoy when our friends from the Sylvan Heights Bird Park in Scotland Neck, North Carolina, come to visit a few times each year, just over the border of Virginia. They're excited to share the details on their upcoming annual fundraiser for the birds, and of course, they brought in a few stars of their park today. Brent and Mike Lubbock join us this morning, and it's great to see you both. Your hands are full. I'd shake your hands, but that's okay. Great to see you. Thanks for coming up and making the trip up. It's really not that far.
No, not bad at all.
We're getting used to it now.
Yeah, you have an office down the hall.
It's just the same distance for people from Raleigh, North Carolina to get to us as Richmond, Virginia.
Fantastic. So, yeah. Well, you brought some friends in. Who do we have here? The guinea fowl?
Yeah, these are called Reichenau's guinea fowl, spelled R-E-I-C-H-E-N-O-L-E. Strange name, but they're closely related to the helmeted guinea fowl, which you see in all the farmyards, etc. But they have a beautiful blue neck when they get older. They guys are like 2 days old.
Oh, they're just two days old?
They're very young.
But you got to kind of see the beautiful markings. So when they're in the wild, when they go down, they come from a deserty area, so they go down and they actually camouflage really well with the color.
They seem very calm for baby chicks.
Well,
is it just the lights in,
I think
in the studio?
They were making quite a lot of noise before we brought them on, but they kind of calmed down a little bit now. Yeah.
If we put them down, they would run.
They would run around.
What's the size that these guys grow to, roughly?
They're not even knee-high.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Like a turkey? No, smaller than a turkey.
A small turkey.
Guinea fowl, yeah.
Did I read somewhere that these guys are monogamous?
These guys, yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah.
They mate for life. Just.
Oh, well, not some. They
have a little fun. Yeah.
You know what monogamous means, then, right?
Yeah. Well, let's leave that.
Maybe not. Okay. That's going to be for Virginia this evening. All right, so we're going to wait for that one. What is it like to
I've got some monogamous birds coming on.
I'll take
okay.
All right, these guys, I'll be right back. You guys can keep.
And Mike, are they endangered or are they?
No.
Are they okay?
Well, that particular guinea fowl is kind of rarer, but it's not endangered. No, but it's doing okay on its own.
Okay, here we go. This is a little rambunctious. A little bit more different than the guinea fowl.
She'll be fine in a second.
What kind of bird is this there, Brent?
White-faced whistling duck, and they're found in Africa and South America. This one's still young. As you notice, she still has a bit of down on her head, and she doesn't have the full white feathers. But maybe in later on in the future, we'll bring her back when she's fully colored with the black and the white on her.
Beautiful.
But so she's still a juvenile, but you can see she's really starting to get her.
So when the divide came, Africa and South America kind of divided up. They've got the same ones are in Africa as they are in South America. They don't change at all.
They haven't changed.
No.
Tell us about the migratory patterns of these birds. Are they? Do they usually stay in one spot, or really is it hodgepodge? They can go wherever.
These particular birds are like the tree ducks or whistling ducks. They come from South America, as I said. They don't migrate very much at all. They don't need to because the weather doesn't change and the food patterns stay much the same. Migratory birds, obviously, we get in North America, come from the north and they get chased out because of the weather and no food, so they come down south. But these guys don't really need to migrate, so they don't.
How old is this one right here?
She's about nearly 2 months old.
2 months?
Yeah, she's still got some down on the head, you see.
And do they like to fraternize in a flock, or are they solitary birds?
No, they go to a flock, but they pair off, and actually they stay monogamous.
Oh, they do? These guys are monogamous, all right.
So,
word of the day.
Yeah.
And are they endangered?
No, not this particular one. We've got them in Africa and South America, and there are a lot of them.
Actually, all the birds we brought today aren't endangered, but we do have 18 endangered species at the park.
Wow.
So there's,
It must be glorious to handle something like this.
Yeah, we're privileged to be able to be, help.
But you see, we are imprinting this bird, meaning imprinting, if you can see it's tame, and we use it in our education. So, the school kids can play.
Okay, don't worry. No, it's fine, it's fine.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Well, is the migratory bird in...
I shouldn't have said that, really.
Back.
We thought monogamous was going to be the thing today. Come here. Well, she's sweet. She's real sweet.
We know that the bird has not had its wings clipped.
Well, no, we don't need...
She's fully winged, but she's not. All right, shall we move to the next bird?
Yeah, bring on the next one.
All right.
Yeah, bring on the next one, and maybe get some paper towels, because I think I just soiled the set.
All right.
Yeah, so the next one is...
Hello.
The next one is a lot larger.
Yeah, it's not going to fly. Whoops.
Does it have a leash?
No, it doesn't need a leash. But
Whoa! Yeah. Wow, this is gorgeous.
All right, hold on. Let this let her.
Hello.
Just let her.
Okay.
Let her settle. Let her settle. There she goes.
Who is this?
It's a black swan. It's actually called Mindy.
Is it Mindy?
Bindi. After the...
But The black swan is from Australia, and they're really neat birds.
Oh, she won't.
She's a female.
Hi.
But you know, most swans are white. All the ones we have are white. So this is the only true black swan. And there's a myth for the Aborigines that originally they were white, but a band of crows came down and took out all the white feathers, and then they went into the bushes and grew new feathers. And when they came back, they didn't want to get the crows after them, so they became black.
Is that an old wives' tale?
It's a myth of the Aborigines, but they wouldn't have known what a white swan is necessarily. So.
And where are these beautiful birds found?
Australia.
Yeah.
Can I do 2 shout-outs?
Please
One
do.
thing, we have a Groupon going on that's all throughout Richmond and the Hampton Roads, so if anyone who's planning to visit, it's just through the fall season, please go on there and get a ticket. You can get it half off. And the other thing is we have a really wonderful gift shop operator. Her name's Tasha, and today's her birthday.
All right, Tasha, as well as my mom. So how about that?
Happy birthday to both of them.
2 birds of a feather, right? How about that?
You see, they still did keep the white wing feather.
It's hidden. It's a little, it's incognito.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we really appreciate you making the trip up here from Sylvan Heights Bird Park, and always we want to thank you for doing what you do to save our precious wildlife. We have some information right here. Moonlight Takes Flight, Sylvan Heights annual fundraiser for the park. Come on out and help them celebrate the Year of the Peacock Saturday, October 14th from 6 until 11 at 500 Sylvan Heights Parkway. That's in Scotland Neck, North Carolina. Get your Groupon. We're going to post a link to all the details by this afternoon at WTVR.com/VTM. Am I missing something?
No, just the...
All right. Hey, we'll be right back. Bye, Bindi. Thank you so much. Great to see you.